Hello and welcome back to another Football Commentary live stream. Ibrox tonight will host a huge Champions League game between Rangers and PSV. It is the playoff round which rewards the winner with a spot in the Champions League group stage. Rangers come into this season off the back of a Europa League final loss to Frankfurt, but with this two-legged affair looks to get them back into the Champions League group stage for the first time since the 2011-2012 season. For PSV, they want Champions League group stage football for the first time since the 2018-2019 season, where they got into a group which was labelled the group of death. They played Barcelona, Spurs and Inter Milan. They finished bottom of that group. To get to this point, Rangers had to create a classic European comeback again from 2-0 down in their last qualifying round, and PSV battled hard to get past a tough Monaco side. Two Dutch managers take the touchline as well, with Giovanni van Bronckhorst and new PSV manager Ruud van Nistelrooy, who played for PSV for 3 years, scoring 77 goals in 90 appearances. This is only the first half of the tie though, but it could navigate the potential importance of the second leg depending on the result tonight in Glasgow. So for the first half of this Champions League playoff tie with the Glasgow Blues, will the Glasgow Blues take an advantage, or will PSV score the goals to take home for the second leg to try and get them into the Champions League group stage? It's a massive game for both sides. It's only the first leg, so it's not the end for either team, whatever happens in this leg or in this game. But it could definitely, tell us a lot which could happen in the next leg. If it's a 1-1, they could be close together, or if Rangers win 3-0, it could just tell you a lot of things about each side. So we're going to find that out tonight. Make sure you have liked and subscribed if you haven't already. A little bit of a new setup as well with the stream. It's got two different ones as well. We've got this one for like kind of non-Premier League games, and then we've got a setup which is for Premier League games as well, which I think you'll like. But if you are in, like and subscribe. Predictions in the chat. The players are just in the Ibrox tunnel, which is lit in blue, quite dark as well, really setting the scene for tonight's important game. And I'm going to go through the lineups while the players enter the field. I'll go with the home side first. It's number 33, John McLaughlin, in goal for Rangers. He's currently replaced an unhappy Alan McGregor, who signed a new one-year deal at the end of last season. Captain James Tavernier, who joined from Wigan in 2015, plays in a back four, with Connor Goldson, who's currently on a deal until 2026. James Sands, the American, who's been pretty present in the start of this new season, and Borna Barisic at left back. Midfield four of John Lundstrom, who comes in. He started every single game in all competitions of the season, but he's yet to score or assist. They've gone for experience also in midfield, with Stephen Davis coming in, the 37-year-old Northern Irish midfielder. He spent a good chunk of his career at Rangers. It looks like he's going to finish his career at this club. And new signing Tom Lawrence will also be playing in midfield. He got his first goal for the club against St Johnstone in the last game in the league. And then on the right, kind of drifting inside, is Malik Tillman on loan from Bayern Munich. He scored the winner in the last playoff game to get them to this point. Antonio Cholak as well comes in, signed from PAOK. He's scored 2 goals in the league so far and 1 in the Champions League qualifying. He's off to a decent start at his new club, the Croatian striker. And then Ryan Kent, he's been at the club now since September of 2019, signed from Liverpool. He's got 1 assist so far in the league and he's 1 appearance, and that was against Livingston in the first game. And he did not play the last league game due to him wanting to be fit for this game by his manager. He said he wasn't involved, Ryan Kent, because he wanted him fit and ready for this game. Shows the importance that Ryan Kent has for this Rangers side and to Giovanni van Bronckhorst. And then you can see the bench just below as well. McGregor, McCrory, Divine, King, Yilmaz, Arfield, Jack, Kamara, Wright, Matondo, Sakala and Morelos as well. And then for the travelling side of PSV under new manager Ruud van Nistelrooy, formerly of Manchester United, we have Walter Benitez, signed in the summer from Nice. Right back, Jordan Teze usually plays at centre-back, but he's a bit of a more speedy character, so he might be there to deal with the threats of Ryan Kent. Andrea Ramalho comes in, the Brazilian centre-half, 30 years of age, and he plays alongside Armando Obispo, the Dutch centre-half. He's been at PSV since the age of 7, and to finish the back line, they've got Philip Max at left-back. He joined in September of 2020. In the midfield three of Ibrahim Sangare, he's attracted a lot of interest from the likes of Nottingham Forest, Leicester and Aston Villa, but he's currently still at PSV, and I think he'll stay because he signed a new 5-year contract just over a week ago. Joey Veerman also plays in the midfield. He's had a great start to the season so far, scoring 2 goals against Monaco in the last tie they had in this Champions League qualifying run that they're on. And then Eric Gutierrez comes in, the Mexican central midfielder, signed for $5 million 4 years ago. He's now at the age of 27. And then the front three is Ismail Sebari, the Moroccan, joined in July of 2020 for their under-21s, but he's been promoted to the first team for this season under Ruud van Nistelrooy. Their experienced striker's back. He's signed again for $3.3 million in the summer. It's Luke de Jong, spent last season on loan at Barcelona. He's won 3 Dutch titles with PSV when he was previously at the club. Can he bring more success to his old side, where it is now his new side, as well as he signed, like I say, in the summer from Sevilla after being on loan at Barcelona last season. And the Manchester United want Cody Gakpo plays on the left. He's been at the club since the age of 8. He looks dangerous. He looks frightening. He's a different kind of player. He's 23 years of age. Last season, he got 21 goals and 15 assists in all competitions. And their bench is Dremel, Waterman, Mwene, Branthwaite, Lucassen, Opegaard, Till, Van Ginkel, Simons, Savio and Bakayoko on the bench. That is the starting 11. We're about to get underway here at Ibrox. Wait for the referee's whistle. Rangers kicking off, kicking left to right. PSV from right to left. Hit 8 o'clock. We're waiting for the referee's whistle. Clearly, he's not happy with something here. I think he's directing John McLaughlin to move his towel in a certain area. I'm not too sure. The goalkeeper's moved the objects he needed to. And we are off and underway as the referee blows the whistle for the first leg of this final playoff game in the Champions League qualifying rounds. Rangers versus PSV in Glasgow at Ibrox. It's packed. It's going to be bouncing, especially if Rangers take any kind of lead. The ground does hold just over 50,000. And like I say, both sides have only had to play one qualifying round to get to this final playoff round. See, Rangers came through, like I say, having to come back from 2-0 down in the first leg. That was away. And then PSV had to, like I say, battle hard to get beyond a good, strong Monaco side. Like I say as well, new coach, new manager for PSV, and it is Ruud van Nistelrooy. He's unbeaten so far in his first 4 games as first 5 games as manager. Won the Super Cup at the start of the season against Ajax 5-3. First 4 games. Thing is, with European leagues, they start at different times. So Rangers have already played 3 league games because they started a bit sooner, but the Dutch league have started a week later, so they've only played 2 games. So like I say, he's managed 4 games. They've won 3 and drew 1, but they haven't kept a clean sheet. They're scoring a lot and conceding a lot. So it'll be something that Ruud van Nistelrooy will want to try and stop. Stop leaking so many goals, but you want to keep up the high goal scoring that they are doing. As they're over a minute and a half in, it's just PSV on the ball. A long clearance by Gutierrez comes off Tom Lawrence, and Philip Max will let it go for a throw-in in the left-back area in his own half for PSV. As Ramalho gets a nice switch out to the right-hand side to Jordan Teze, playing right back for PSV tonight. Like I say, usually a centre-back, but like I said before, I think to combat the pace of Ryan Kent, they've gone for a speedier player in that full-back position. It's gone in towards Luke de Jong, he dummies it. There's a run forward by number 28, Ismail Saibari, but he couldn't quite get there, and it runs all the way to the Rangers goalkeeper of John McLaughlin, who clears first time, up towards Tom Lawrence, comes off his back, and it does fall to Malik Tillman, who loses out in midfield to number 4, Armando Obispo, the PSV centre-half. He's Dutch, Boxtel born in the Netherlands. Southern City, population about 30,000. And he's in at centre-back tonight. It's on the left-hand side to Gutierrez. Tries to clear up the field. Stephen Davis comes across to cover and block the cross. And it'll be another throw in for PSV. Just having early possession, just under 3 minutes in. I don't think Giovanni van Bronckhorst will be too worried about the first 3 minutes being more heavily dominated by PSV. They will play attacking football, this Dutch side. They're not going to come here and defend. They're going to come and try and get at Rangers if possible. And if you are in, make sure you like and subscribe. Want some score predictions? We've already got one of 2-0 to Rangers. As Cody Gakpo gets it from the throw-in. He's running at the Rangers defence, tries to flick it off into number 23 of Joey Veerman, and he keeps it alive. It's to the right-hand side now, to Saiberi. Cross goes in towards Luke de Jong! Over the bar, the captain should have scored. They'll be frustrated. It's pouring in Glasgow. The rain's really heavy. And they worked it on the right-hand side. Laid it back off to Veerman, who got it in, and he was beating 3 Rangers defenders there. He got in front of 3 defenders. And like I say, the contact just wasn't quite how he wanted it, and he lifted it over the crossbar. But it's a warning sign early on for Rangers, because with an experienced striker like Luke de Jong, you don't want him to be giving him chances. He knows how to find the net usually, but that time he's giving Rangers just a little warning. But next time, he could punish them. 4 minutes in, it's still 0-0. It's Rangers with a bit of possession now, which they haven't had for the earlier parts of this match. Barisic on the left gets it forward into Ryan Kent, who's just inside the PSV half as he runs forward. 1-on-1 with Teze, the full-back. Goes the long way round. Gets a cross in. Cleared by Obispo for now. Kept in on the right-hand side. Not really being dealt with well by PSV currently, but they eventually get it forward towards Luke de Jong. He loses out to James Sands. Lundstrom pass forward to Kent. Coming back from an offside position, so it will be a free kick for PSV Eindhoven. Trying to get it into Kent there, into his feet. Couldn't quite do so. But good start for PSV. Ruud van Nistelrooy will be pleased. And rightly so. Because Rangers, we know, is an Ibrox is such a hard place to come. Last season, many teams faltered. Borussia Dortmund, Braga, RB Leipzig, Red Star Belgrade. All in the knockout stages of the Europa League crumbled. Even if they had a good first leg at home or they tried to recover it in the second leg. You know, Ibrox, it's a different kind of environment. It's difficult, it's hard. The conditions aren't great as well, so it's going to be a tough battle for PSV again. But they've got to be up for it. They've got a bit of youth, bit of experience in their side as Malik Tillman loses out to Gutierrez in midfield. It's now Sangare, Veerman out wide right. And it goes back to Jordan Teze, the right back, who's going to have a hard night dealing with Ryan Kent. Ramalho, Teze, Veerman, Teze, de Jong. Back heel flick forward, looking for Veerman. Well cut out by James Sands, but that's a good little bit of football there from PSV. Didn't quite work, but you can see the way they're trying to play. And if Rangers aren't careful, they could be punished. You know, all the pressure is on Rangers in this home leg. They've got the expectancy from the home crowd. PSV are just going to come here and play their football and try and upset this home crowd. It's John McLaughlin in the 6-yard box for Rangers. Plays it to Galton on the right-hand side of the box. Slams it away down the line, blocked. And out for a throw-in for Rangers. They just need to be careful because it is a high press from PSV to start the game off. But can they keep that up the whole game? You know, it's easy to press in the first 5-10 minutes, but you've got to keep up the whole match. Like I say, if you are new, please like and subscribe. It would really help the channel out as Tom Lawrence just plays it out of pitch on the PSV left. And they take a quick throw-in with Philip Max into Sangare. Now Obispo back to their goalkeeper Walter Benitez, like I say, signed in the summer from Nice, who have got their replacement goalkeeper in the name of Kasper Schmeichel. Benitez playing out from the back, goes to Ramalho, the experienced Brazilian centre-half, gets it into the right-back Teze after being pressed from Ryan Kent, who will try and recover the ball, and he does so very nicely, the winger, and he plays it back to the halfway to James Sands, really well won back there by Ryan Kent to get Rangers back on the ball. And he gets it to James Tavernier on the right, who's scored many goals. Already got 1 goal in the league so far, and 1 in the and 2 in the Champions League. In their win 3-0 in the last round. Rangers getting forward here. Sorry, Tavernier scored once. I do apologise. Tavernier scored once in the last round. In the last round. He scored 1 in the league as well. So he's got 2 for the season. Switch on towards Kent. What a ball that is. Can he keep it in though on the far left? He can as well. In the final third, 1-on-1 with Teze, the full-back. Good defending from the Dutchman. Makeshift right back. Really well defended. And he gets his team the ball. And it's now with Ismail Saibari. Nutmegs Malik Tillman and gets into Sangare. Just on the edge of his 18-yard box for PSV. Switches out wide left and finds the left back, Max. Inside. Nice ball to Gakpo, who's been linked currently to Manchester United, scored a bag full of goals last season. He's already got a few as well this season. Sabare, 1-2 with Luke de Jong. He's been found again on the right-hand side. He's 1-on-1 this time with Croatian Borna Barisic. Goes inside to Veerman. Back to Sabari. Inside to Sangare, around 25 yards away from goal. Crosses it towards the far post where the fullback's coming in with Philip Max. Runs out of room. Out of play it goes for a goal kick for Rangers. And they get it out quickly. To the right-hand side to Tom Lawrence. 18-yard box is Connor Goldson. Quickly clears it up towards Kolak. Up front for Rangers. Can't quite find the striker. It's now Max forward to Luke de Jong, who misplaces his ball towards Cody Gakpo. And it will be a throw for Rangers inside their own half. If you look at the lineups, Morelos is on the bench. Cholak has been preferred to Alfredo Morelos, who, remember, he's still returning from injury that he picked up last season, so I don't think Giovanni Van Bronckhorst wants to rush him back, especially when you've got the likes of Antonio Cholak, who's coming in the summer, who's playing his 12th game in the Champions League qualifying rounds, and he scored 6 goals, so he does average a goal every 2 games in this competition. Flick on towards Cholak by Kent, picked up by Obispo. Ramalho goes back to the goalkeeper Benitez. First time clearance up the PSV right-hand side for a throw for Rangers. He couldn't keep it in pitch. Goes into the Rangers crowd and they quickly take the throw in with Tillman. Gets the chest back off Lundstrom. Loses out though to Sangare. It's now forward to Eric Gutierrez. Sangare, Gutierrez. What I find about PSV early on is they're very calm in tight situations. They want to receive the ball and they know where to shift it quickly. As a ball towards the left-hand side, towards their left-back, Philip Max has gone a bit too far. And another throw-in for James Tavernier. Already won back by PSV. It's with their centre-half, Obispo, the Dutchman. Gutierrez finds the feet of Tavernier. Not quite the player he was looking for. It's now Tom Lawrence, signed on a free in the summer from Derby County. He made 185 appearances for Derby. Became captain towards the end of at the end of his time with the club. James Sands, the American, missed the league game at the weekend due to illness. But he's back and he's starting once again. Started both of the last round qualifying games. Connor Goldson, who spent his youth time at Shrewsbury, signed a contract at the start of this season to go all the way through to 2026. There was a lot of speculation if he was going to stay or if he was going to go, but I think it was important to keep a player like Connor Goldson at the age of 29 now. Really have performed the last 2-3 seasons consistently for this club. It's Kent towards halfway line. Just goes back to James Sands. Looking for the forward option. He goes across to Connor Goldson to his right. He looks forward. Plays out towards Tavernier. Touch inside. Invites the challenge from Cody Gakpo. And wins the throw-in. As they get further into the PSV half. He throws it into Tom Lawrence. Back to Tavernier. Has to battle with Cody Gakpo. But he finds Goldson. Misplaced ball to Gutierrez. Forward to Veerman. Out wide left to Cody Gakpo. He's got the pace on Connor Goldson. He gets beyond the centre half. Tries to go on the inside, Gakpo. He does get it onto his right foot and plays it across to Saibari. Inside, onto his left, edge of the box, lays it back off to Veerman. Can he work a shot? No, he tries to play a ball forward to Jordan Teze, the right back who's gone into the box, but just overhit, and it could be collected by John McLaughlin. But it shows how positive PSV play there. Right back, right in the box, making a running behind. Like I say, good play from Gakpo to get it out to the left. Then Saibari cut inside, played back out to Veerman, who tried to get the ball in behind to Teze, who was onside, but like I say, was just overhit, and John McLaughlin could come and collect. But definitely early warning signs so far for Rangers. We know what PSV can bring. As a poor touch from Malik Tillman, the man on loan from Bayern Munich, gives PSV a throw in towards the halfway line. And Jordan Teze, the right back for today's game, will take the throw in. He started 5 of the games in the under-21 Euros for the Netherlands, where they were beaten in the semi-finals by Germany. And in the final round of internationals, when the season ended last year, that's when he got his first full senior Netherlands appearance, Jordan Teze. As we move on, James Tavernier's got his own throw-in on the right-hand side for Rangers. After a poor switch from PSV, give them the throw-in. Tavernier goes back to Connor Goldson. This is the 7th meeting between the two sides. They have met before in 1978-1979 season. Met twice in the 1999-2000 season and twice in the 2010-2011 season as well. So nicely spaced out. As Rangers win a free kick, Tillman on the left-hand side. Ibrahim Sangare is, pleading his innocence to 6'3" Ivorian. But the referee for tonight's game, the Italian Daniele Lozzato, was not having it. As Walter Benitez, the PSV goalkeeper, sets up his wall as Tom Lawrence comes over to the left-hand side. The man who's going to put the cross in. Like I said, they've got much height in the box. Connor Goldson at 6'3", James Sands at 6'1" as well. Then who's signing Antonio Cholak, the striker, coming in at 6'2". So they've definitely got plenty to aim at. With Tom Lawrence from the left-hand side, it's a one-man wall for PSV. This could be dangerous. Tom Lawrence, good ball in. A header well won by captain Luke de Jong, and it's a throw-in for Rangers on their left-hand side. Almost heading it back where it came from. Unlucky from Lawrence, it was a good ball in, but unfortunately hit the head of Luke de Jong, who did make that bizarre loan to Barcelona last season, where he scored 7 in 29 appearances. Throwing for PSV towards their corner flaggers. Rangers threw it back, but the man was closed down, so he just had to kick it forward, and it went out for a PSV throw-in. But they can almost box them in here, keep them pressed up high. Jordan Teze with the throw-in. Flicked on by Sangare. Won back by Stephen Davis, who just pokes it back to Connor Goldson. Sands. Back to Goldson again. Tavernier heads it down the line as he received the ball on the header. How to play it goes. Tom Lawrence couldn't keep it in. It's going to be Philip Max with the throw-in, the German left-back. Has started the previous 2 Champions League qualifying games in this run that they're on, but has never completed the full match. The left-back, as he plays it back towards Obispo, who just about keeps it in and goes back to his goalkeeper Benitez, who swipes it with the left boot and clears up the field. Only as far as Tavernier heads it backwards. It's helped back forward by Goldson up towards Lawrence. Falls to Sangare, good control, and gets it forward to Luke de Jong. Links the plays, he finds Veerman. Out wide right, it's a beautiful ball out wide to Sabari. He's going to look for Luke de Jong, who's making his way into the box. Looks for him, it's blocked and cleared by John Lundstrom. And it's held up by Cholak, the new striker for Rangers. Lays off into Kent, who is pulled back and fouled, and it's a free kick for Rangers, given by the Italian referee. It's now with the back line for Rangers to Borna Barisic. Lundstrom. Around the left it goes towards Tillman, pokes it forward to Cholak as play was allowed to continue as Tillman was fouled as he poked it forward. Referee allowed play to continue for now, firstly just to see if there was an advantage, but there wasn't, so he pulled it back for a Rangers free kick. So they're back in possession. Sands. That's actually Barisic out to Kent on the left-hand side. PSV winger Saibari has to do his defensive duties, but not very well because Kent gets beyond him. Down the line it goes to Tillman. He gets it back into Kent. Now actually kept from Rangers in the PSV final third. Kent's running at Teze again, the full back, but he shrugs him off the ball and sees it out for a goal kick. He's looking like a very nice and tidy player at right back, Jordan Teze. Well, at the age of 22, he's only valued at £7.2 million as well. Kent did get beyond the PSV right winger of Ismail Saibari really well, but then couldn't quite get past Jordan Teze. It does seem like quite the unit at right back. No shot yet to be registered for Rangers as we're nearly 20 minutes into the game. They try and play out from the back here of Obispo. Out to Max. Inside to Gutierrez. First time ball for Gakpo. Back heel into De Jong. Looks for the return. Can't find him. Tavernier picks it up. And this could be a chance for Rangers. And another free kick gets pulled back. This Orzato referee does like to play the advantage as Tavernier was clearly caught late there and he tried to see if he could get there again, but he couldn't. So he pulls it back. Good refereeing so far from the Italians and all Italian setup as well for the officials. But if you're on here and you are not subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. Aiming towards 1,000 for at least the end of the season. Tavernier's quite far out, but he'll be able to lift this ball into the box. Be quite something if they score from this. Tavernier, he floats it into the box towards the far post where Connor Galton's going for it. Comes off a PSV man, bounces back off Galton and out for a goal kick. Unfortunate for the former Brighton centre-half. Born in Wolves, Connor Galton. Walter Benitez will take the Argentine goalkeeper. 29 years of age now, but in terms of an international career, he only made it as far as the under-20s, where he played 3 times for that level in 2013 for Argentina. But he's now the number 1 at PSV. And he gets up the field into the Rangers half, looking for De Jong, goes over him and Goldson, and it will be collected by Tavernier just behind. It's back in Rangers possession. We played 20 minutes, no real chances yet in the game. We've seen some very good attacking movement and link up from the PSV players. Not too much from Rangers. We've seen the danger they can cause through Ryan Kent on the left-hand side. Barisic gets it forward to Kent. Just inside the Rangers half. Goes back to the Croatian Barisic. To Sands, who is on loan until the end of this season. He joined in January, where his initial loan started. He started slow in a Rangers shirt, but it looks like this season he's going to be given more responsibility from his manager, Van Bronckhorst. Goldson. Thought about going down the line, but instead turns back to the edge of the 18-yard box where James Sands gets it forward ahead of Joey Veerman. It's a Lundstrom ball over the top, looking for towards Tavernier, who gets it forward. He does flick it in towards the PSV box, but it's Obispo to clear, not very well. And it's a throw in for Rangers. Wasn't very well cleared there by the young centre-half of Armando Obispo. It leads for Tavernier to have a throw-in. Throws it, he does. To Cholak. Bounces to Stephen Davis, who lays it off to Malik Tillman. It's a save from Benitez, but it is a shot for Rangers. It's their first one of the game. It wasn't a tame shot. You know, it had the power, and along the wet turf, you know, it gathered some pace, but was never going to really trouble Benitez in the PSV goal. It was straight down his throat. But both sides have now registered a shot. As PSV looked to clear and play out from the back, but they couldn't find their target man in Luke de Jong. It's now back with Rangers on the halfway line as they push forward. Goldson into Lawrence. Davis looking down the line for James Tavernier in the final third. They find him. He crosses towards the far post. It's a heavy one, but he'll be brought down by Malik Tillman. Nice touch to keep it within his spell. Lays off to Barisic, who then crosses towards Tom Lawrence. Cleared by PSV momentarily as it comes back to Connor Goldson. Davis across to John Lundstrom, the number 4. Former of the Everton Academy. Born in Liverpool. It's now with Tillman, the loanee, who got them to this spot after his winner in the last qualifying round at Ibrox. Now Rangers are starting to get into their flow with their passing. Took them around 20 minutes, but PSV haven't really endangered their goal, so it's not like they've started too late where they're already 1-0 down. Lawrence out to Tavernier. The majority of the PSV players are behind the ball. Probably about 9 of them are behind the ball. As he get out to Kent on the left, will he go for an early cross? Yes, he will. Towards Cholak, the striker. He goes for it. He can't quite keep it alive, but Teze's slice clearance has to be helped away by Ramalho. And he clears eventually as far as Sands, who plays it forward to Davis. Out wide right to Connor Goldson. Here we go. Rangers are really in their flow now. Tavernier to Goldson. On the halfway line is James Sands. Towards Tillman, lays it off into Cholak, the striker. Back into Tillman on the edge of the 18-yard box. Gets away from Teze and Sangare. Tillman's still going. One too many players, and he runs out of pitch, and it's a goal kick for PSV, but he does look like a live wire. Malik Tillman, the American, on loan for the season. Linking up with Antonio Cholak, the Croatian striker. But like I say, got beyond Teze and Sangare, and then tried one too many as he tried to get past Ramalho as well. But unfortunately, just took on one too many players. But 25 minutes in, it's been pretty even. PSV have showed what they can do, and now Rangers are also showing the danger they can bring. Tavernier wins the header from the goal kick up towards Cholak, won by Ramalho. Looks far as Goldson, who has to try and deal with this, as Luke John chases, but it's straight into the hands of John McLaughlin. Like I say, it's an interesting one with the Rangers goalkeeper, because McGregor played all last season pretty much, obviously, bar, a few games. John McLaughlin did make 16 appearances last season. And, Alan McGregor, he's 40 years of age, but, didn't look like 40. He was agile. He was still performing really well. Got them to a Europa League final. Got a 1-year contract, and he's been dropped for some reason by Giovanni Van Bronckhorst. He says there's no issue with the player. Obviously, McGregor's unhappy because he wants to be playing at the age of 40. He's not got many years left. So I'm interested to see if he can get back in the starting 11. But for now, John McLaughlin in goal as Malik Tillman loses it in the PSV half. And Gakpo gets it to Saibari. To Veerman in the PSV half, getting pressed heavily by Rangers, but they get away from the press really well. Saibari tries an intricate flick, doesn't work, doesn't get to Veerman, and it's now with Barisic, who lays it off into Kent. 1-2 with Kent again, as the winger's on the ball. And he gets it to Lawrence inside, heavy touch, just about touched it to Tillman. Lawrence has stayed down, advantage has been played. Tillman in the box on the right-hand side, tries to pull it back. Corner, kick, given. And again, the referee is saying to the Rangers players, look, I've played advantage, what do you want me to do? So it shouldn't be a free kick. Like I say, Lawrence did poke it to Tillman, and he was fouled, Lawrence, but the referee played advantage. They got a corner from it. Like, what do you want from the referee? He can't pull back every single advantage he plays. There was an advantage there. The advantage was played. Nothing came from it. Corner. Good refereeing from the Italian. But it does give Rangers a corner, and I think it's their first one of the game as well. Tavernier to take an out-swinging ball into the box. Tavernier, out-swinging ball towards the far post. Goldson, header, comes off a hand, surely. No, says the referee. It's cleared by PSV. It's going to be retreated by Borna Barisic. It'd be very interesting to see a replay there. Because I thought Goldson fouled his man by pushing him in the back to gain the advantage to get the header. But the referee didn't call a free kick for that. And it did look like it touched the hand. But we do carry on play on the Rangers' right with Tillman. Oh, it looks like there could be a free kick here instead. Gutierrez pushed over. Let's have a look. Goldson with the header. Oh, it's very close, but his hand is out. Jordan Teze, the man who could be found guilty of handball. Oh, it does look like it may have come off the sleeve, which is obviously seen as a bit of a cut-off point. It's very close as well. It's point-blank range, but he has got his arm out in a very unnatural position. We're interested to see how VAR look at this. And they're going to tell the game to carry on. No penalty for Rangers. Van Bronckhorst is just having a talking to by the referee, explaining why it wasn't a penalty. It's because it hit the sleeve. That's what the referee was saying. That's kind of like the cut-off point. If it hits the sleeve, no penalty. We do get back underway from the free kick with PSV up towards Luke de Jong. He does head it out wide to Saibari. Lays it over to Jordan Teze, who gets away with that handball. That was, close. Needs to be careful not leaving his arm in an unnatural position. Ramalho, the centre-back, leaves Saibari in a little bit of bother there. He does win a throw in the winger, but he was given the ball in a very uncomfortable position. Cholak, the striker, was the player who ended up conceding the throw-in. Jordan Teze on the halfway line with the throw-in up towards Luke de Jong, lays it back into the right back. Tries to play it inside, doesn't find Gutierrez, finds Stephen Davis instead. It's now with Tillman on the Rangers' left, in his own half, being forced backwards, but he's fouled by Jordan Teze. It's a free kick for Rangers, and they get on with play with Connor Galton. But before last season, where they played in the qualifying rounds, Rangers, where they were beaten by Malmo, that was the first time they'd played any form of Champions League football for 10 years. A little bit of pushing and shoving here between Connor Galton and Luke de Jong. You don't want to mess with this referee, Daniele Ozzato. He doesn't take anything, does he? Really stamping his authority on the game, yeah. Luke de Jong pulling the shirt of Connor Galton. It's a clear foul. Luke de Jong just won't let go of his shirt, and then Connor Galton give him a little bit of a shove when the free kick was given to kind of get him out of the way because he wanted to take the free kick. So the referee just wanted to have a word with both of them because that will be an ongoing battle for the rest of this game. Connor Galton versus Luke de Jong. Just a quick chat between the two, and we're back underway with Galton getting out to Tavernier, trying to take on Cody Gakpo, and he's fouled by the young Dutch winger. Like I say, he's wanted by Manchester United, Cody Gakpo. He's already got 2 league goals this season. Not scored yet in the Champions League qualifying games that PSV have been involved in. He did get a goal and 2 assists in the Super Cup win against Ajax at the start of the season. Will he go? I think it depends what happens here, to be honest, in this qualifying round, because if they go through to the Champions League group stage, they'll want to keep him, and his value will go up more. And if they get knocked out, and it'll be maybe a Europa League job, then maybe he might want to go because Manchester United might be a better opportunity for him. It's an interesting one. We'll have to wait and see. As PSV have got it, Sangare into Luke de Jong. What a ball. Out to Philip Max, the left back. Got support of Cody Gakpo. Uses the winger. Wants to cut onto his stronger right foot. Does do so with a cross. And a header away by Connor Galton. Kept alive by Obispo. Veerman keeps it ticking with Ramalho. Into Gakpo, flicks over the head of Tavernier and takes it around him, and is tackled fairly by Tom Lawrence. Corner for PSV, and I think it's their first of the game as well. Great skill though from Cody Gakpo, got the crossfield ball from Ramalho, chested it down, flicked it over the head of Tavernier and went around the full-back. And like I say, he had to be helped by the covering Tom Lawrence to concede the corner. Great skill from Cody Gakpo. You can definitely see why Manchester United are interested in the youngster. And he'll take the corner. In swinger at the near post, headed away by Malik Tillman. Up towards Kent. You can't get away from Saibari. And I think that was Joey Veerman. And they played it back to their goalkeeper, Walter Benitez. Like I say, signed in the summer. He signed a 3-year deal at PSV. Now here is Veerman, number 23. Goes long up towards Luke de Jong. He heads it just behind Jordan Teze, the right back. But he was able to just run back about 10 yards to retreat the ball for PSV and keep it. And try and keep their momentum as they have got Rangers pinned back here. Great ball from Sangare, looking in behind for Ismail Saibari, and it wasn't too far away. It does trickle through to Rangers goalkeeper John McLaughlin, but it was a clever ball that didn't quite come off. But for PSV, the only players that who started the league game that they played the weekend against Go Ahead, they played Go Ahead Eagles, where they won 5-2. Luke de Jong scored, Xavi Simons scored twice, and Obispo, the centre-back, also scored that game. Not many survived that league game. Obviously, they rotated quite a bit. So Benitez, Teze, Obispo, Sangare, de Jong and Gakpo are the only survivors. That's like their core, their main 6 players. I'd say that they're They are their strongest kind of players. Gakpo nutmegs Tavernier and goes round him. Gakpo, what a player, in the box, on the left, tries to pull it back. Tavernier recovers and blocks the pull back for a corner, but the last 2 times they've gone one-on-one, Gakpo's had Tavernier on a little bit of toast. He needs to be careful, Tavernier, because, you know, he backs his own ability, so he won't be like Connor Golton has to cover him a lot from centre-back, but maybe Golton might be thinking, I might need to keep an eye on my right-back here, might have to cover him a few times. He's gotten beaten quite a few times, and Gakpo puts it into towards the near post, and Tillman swiped at the clearance and completely missed him, but thankfully went straight through to his goalkeeper. They tried to send away a counter-attack quickly towards absolutely nobody, straight to the opposite goalkeeper of Walter Benitez, and PSV can come again. As it's Ramalho. Almost feels like this game, first 30 minutes has been split. It's like the first 10 minutes PSV were dominant. Then minute 10 to 20, it was PSV. And then 20 to 30, it was kind of Rangers again. Now PSV are coming back in. It's, you know, it's coming back and forth. Ramalho, the centre-half, in the left-back area. For PSV, it's a long ball over the top, looking for Luke de Jong. It's a header won by James Sands. Heads it straight into his centre-back partner of Connor Golton. Lundstrom, forward to Tom Lawrence. Back into Lundstrom again. Out wide he goes to the left to Malik Tillman. Finds him nicely. Stephen Davis, it's an interesting choice to play him. 37 years of age now. It's his second appearance of the season. His only other appearance was in game week 2 against Kilmarnock, where he played the full 90 minutes. That was in a game where they won 2-0 at home. Cholak and Morelos scored, their 2 main striking options. Oh, Kent goes past Jordan Teze with a nutmeg, gets it forward into towards Tillman, who's met with a strong challenge by Obispo, and PSV look to get forward. Saibari up towards Luke de Jong, just about keeps it after the challenge from Stephen Davis, and he switches it towards the left, and he finds the full back of Philip Max, who just about enters the Rangers half, goes inside towards Gakpo, then into Obispo, who got the ball back for PSV, and it's now Gutierrez in their own half. Out to Max. Good ball inside to Gakpo. Veerman, back into Gakpo. Just about finds Luke de Jong. Lays it off into Jordan Teze, who goes out wide right to Ismail Saibari. Halfway now with Ramalho into Veerman. He does like a defence splitting pass. And he gets it wide left to Max. It's a great ball. Early cross goes in, and Connor Golton can't deal with it too well. Slices it behind for a corner. Well worked from PSV to get it to their left-hand side, where they see that James Tavernier is struggling. Thank you to the 2 new subscribers. Does mean a lot. Cody Gakpo to take the in-swinging corner from the PSV left. His last one was awful. He'll need to put a better ball in. This time, it's towards the near post again. It trickles in the box. There's a shot in, and it's in for PSV. It's Ibrahim Sangare, who's attracted a lot of Premier League interest in this summer transfer window. But over a week ago, he signed a new 5-year deal at PSV. He's going nowhere, and he's come up with an important first goal of this Champions League playoff tie. A corner that wasn't dealt with at all by Rangers. He was put in by Gakpo at the near post. It came of Golton. It bounced everywhere. And once it broke loose, it fell to the feet of Ibrahim Sangare, who didn't even need a touch on his weaker left foot. Like I say, the ball broke loose. His first instinct was to swipe with the ball with his left boot. Into the left corner it goes. John McLaughlin's beaten. And after a pretty even first 37 minutes of this game, PSV strike first. It's a fortunate goal in the way it's broke to him in the penalty area, but Rangers have to defend better, and they've been punished by Ibrahim Sangare. It's his first goal of the season. It's only his 6th in a PSV shirt since signing in September of 2020 from Toulouse. And it's the first goal of the tie. It's Rangers 0, PSV 1, and we have played 37 minutes. Rangers supporters will be frustrated with that. It's a really poor goal to concede. Like I said, the corner went in. It wasn't a great corner. It bounced everywhere. And when it broke loose, Sangare, like I say, just swiped at it with his left boot. And he got it beyond John McLaughlin, who's got a great record for Rangers with clean sheets. Before tonight, he played 35 games for Rangers, John McLaughlin, and kept 24 clean sheets. As Rangers looked to bite back straight away with a Tavernier cross, dealt with by Teze, only finds Barisic, who chests it forward and keeps it, lays it off into Tillman, 20 yards out, pokes it towards goal, deflects out for a corner for Rangers. Could they get their own goal back minutes later from a set piece themselves? We'll find out when the ball goes in. But it is 1 goal to the good for PSV. Ibrahim Sangare, not the most likely of goal scorers, but he's come up with a goal. First goal of the season for him. Tom Lawrence comes out to the Rangers' left-hand side to take this corner kick. They're flooding the 6-yard area. The referee just making sure no illegal actions take place in the box. Whistle's been blown. In-swinging ball. Header won at the near post by Joey Veerman. Back out to Lawrence. He lays it off into Kent. He swings it back in. Helped on and into the hands of Walter Benitez. Unfortunate there by Lundstrom, who did flick on the Ryan Kent cross. And it aimed it towards Cholak, the striker, but too much on it and went through it. It went to the goalkeeper as PSV try and play out from the back, but they've lost it to Borna Barisic, who will get forward here. Lays it out to the left-hand side to Ryan Kent. One-on-one with Jordan Teze. Trying to get onto his right foot. Back heels it to Barisic, looking for the overlap. Good tackle from the Dutchman. And it will be a throw-in for Rangers as they take it quickly with Barisic, throwing it backwards to Lundstrom. Inside to Davis. Out to the right it goes to Connor Galton. Out to Tavernier on the right, everything to his left. Tries to find Lawrence on the inside. He does find him. He's found himself on the far right-hand side. Back into Tavernier it goes. Lawrence again, just shifting the ball nicely. Davis in behind for Tavernier. What a ball. Across it goes, and that's the equaliser. He's been so quiet all game, but Antonio Cholak appears when he needs to be there the most. And he makes it Rangers 1, PSV 1. They were behind for about 3 minutes. And the new Croatian star in Glasgow makes it Rangers 1, PSV 1. And like I say, they were not behind for long. But can we admire the pass from Stephen Davis? It was well worked down the right-hand side. Lawrence to Davis. In behind for Tavernier, who pulled it back to Antonio Cholak. Only one thing on his mind, to shoot first time. Towards the far post, Walter Benitez dived and stretched, but not enough to save it. And like I say, that just shows his goal-scoring instinct and his goal-scoring skills that he has. Quiet for the first 40 minutes, not really being involved in the Croatian, but his first sniff at goal, and he scores. That's what the best strikers do. Rangers 1, PSV 1. They were behind for about 3 minutes, and that's exactly what they needed. They've got the fans back on side, and they've taken a free kick quickly, but both players are still down from the challenge, so the referee will just hold up the play. The game was pretty exciting anyway. Before the goals, it was pretty end-to-end, both teams, going at it, and it's quite an equal game, but now the goals have come as well. Makes it even more exciting. What a first half we've had so far. Antonio Cholak with the goal for Rangers. Like I say, he's got 2 goals in the league. He got 1 in the second leg of the last qualifying round. He's got another 1 today. So the 4 goals in 6 appearances so far for Rangers. He actually knocked out Rangers last year in the qualifying rounds when he played for Malmo. But this time he's scoring the goals for Rangers. And it's a range free kick on the left. It's a right-footed ball in. Helped on. Hit Luke de Jong's hand? No. Referee says no. It's going to be a throw-in. I think they're going to stop play just to check the handball. Like I say, from kick-off, Rangers won it back. And on the left-hand side, they won a free kick. The ball was put in. It was helped on by no one. Oh, no. Hit the midriff. Hit the stomach. No handball there from Luke de Jong. And it will be a throw-in for Rangers. They take quickly in towards Cholak. Tries to lay it back in towards Barisic, who thumps it backwards towards his own goal, where Connor Galton can also help it forward, but it's more going to cross than forward. And Luke de Jong flicks it behind him to Saibari, but he can't find Joey Veerman on the far right-hand side, and it's a Rangers throwing in their own half. Like I said, great finish with the right boot, swipes it towards the far post. Unbelievable finish. And, with this crowd, they're not going to get on your back when you go behind. They're going to get behind you, if anything. And that's exactly what they did. Sorry if the stream buffered there. Yeah, we should be back now. I do apologise for the bit of buffering there. But Rangers have got it on their left-hand side with Kent. Got the overlap of Barisic. Finds him. Cross. Deflects off Jordan Teze. It's a corner. And if I'm going to be completely honest, it wouldn't surprise me if Rangers could do a first-half turnaround here. They've really built the momentum from that goal. Like I say, they do have a good partnership down that left-hand side, Barisic and Kent. And they've won a corner, which will be taken by Tom Lawrence. Former Derby County man. Spent 12 years of his early career at Manchester United as well. Plays it short, though, into Kent. Gets it back to Lawrence in a better angle to cross it. Comes off the head of PSV goal scorer Sangare. As far as Barisic, who's the furthest back for Rangers. Gets it forward to Tom Lawrence. Kent. Challenge from behind. And it's going to be a throw-in, I think, for Rangers. As Kent was tackled from behind. Their new manager, Ruud van Nistelrooy for PSV, currently does sit third on all-time goals for PSV, including qualifying games, and Luke de Jong is just one behind him. So Luke de Jong could get level on Champions League goals for PSV with Ruud van Nistelrooy. Stephen Davis swings it in. Header on towards the far post. Kept alive by Kent as he couldn't quite get there to divert it towards goal. He lays it off into Barisic. A touch away from Saibari. And a ball in. It's a dangerous one. Tavernier with a header. Saved easily by Benitez as it was straight at the Argentine. But the end of this half from Rangers after conceding has been absolutely superb. They've got a goal from their pressure, which came literally straight after conceding the goal through Ibrahim Sangare, who converted from a poorly dealt with corner by the Jers. There's 1 minute of added on time in this eventful first half. Cleared forward by Obispo towards the halfway line where Cody Gakpo can't win the header on Galton. Helped forward to Kent. Hits Cholak, who's brought down, but fairly, says the referee. It's now Jordan Teze. Out wide right to Saibari, the young Moroccan winger. It's now to Eric Gutierrez, the Mexican. New signing, Gus Till, who signed from Spartak Moscow, has been dropped to the bench for Eric Gutierrez, so we could see him in the second half. He's got a hat-trick against Ajax. Gus Till, the Dutch midfielder, in the Super Cup final at the start of this season. James Sands, 5 seconds left of the first half. Rangers just in possession. Whistle's going to go any minute now, and it does. Good refereeing performance by Daniele Alzatto and good footballing performances by both sides. It's been a very equal first half, I'd like to say. Rangers have dominated possession and the shots, but I don't think we can write off how PSV have been. You know, their link-up play, their combinations that they do have worried Rangers at times, for sure. I think that's definitely the end of that second half. Rangers have definitely built the stats up with the shots, started getting at PSV more. It's been a very good game. I've very much enjoyed it. Like I say, it's been pretty even for the first half an hour, 35 minutes, and in the 37th minute, PSV struck first from a corner, put in by Cody Gakpo. It ping-ponged everywhere, and when it broke loose in the box, Sangare was there to have a free shot, which he diverted into the left corner of the goal with his left foot. And Rangers were scratching their heads thinking, I don't think we deserve to be behind. And that's exactly what they weren't. They weren't behind for long. Antonio Cholak, the striker, in the 40th minute, after great build-up play on the Rangers' right. Good play from Tavernier, Lawrence and Davis to get Tavernier in behind. He pulled it back in the box for Antonio Cholak, who only had one thing on his mind, and that was to get a shot away into the far corner, which he diverted past Walter Benitez in the PSV goal. And to start off this playoff qualifying first leg at half-time, it is Rangers 1. PSV 1. Great first half. Really has been a good first half. Like I say, I think it's been pretty even. I think PSV have definitely shown what they can do, but definitely the end of that second half, Rangers really ramped it up and were definitely the better side. But they had to be. They went behind poorly. They wanted to get back into it as soon as, and Like I said, they got back into it soon, and that built the momentum. The fact they scored built that momentum massively. But they felt like they could have scored another goal to make it 2-1 before half time. Unfortunately, they couldn't get that exciting that far ahead. But I'm sure they'll try and carry on the momentum into the second half, where they'll look to try and get a lead going into the second leg, where they'll go away to PSV, which will be a very, very difficult tie. If you are watching the game, leave your opinions in the comments. What do you think? What have Rangers done well? What have they not done too well at? Like I say, the text going across the screen does... So I think we're back. Not at the minute. No, we're not. Okay. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I actually don't know what to do here. think we're back. Sorry about that. My OBS decided to have a half-time sleep and give up on me. I'm glad it happened in the half-time break, not during the game, because I'd have been stressing my head off. But I think we're back. Apologies about that. To be fair, that has saved you listening to me ramble for 15 minutes during half-time, which I think's a bonus for both me and you. But yeah, I'm so glad that's happened at half-time and not during the game. Like I said, I've been on my computer all day, and it does happen when I've been on my computer all day. When I go to stream at night for a commentary, it just all goes to pot. But yeah, if it does do it every now and then, I don't think it'll do what it did just then. Yeah, if I keep oh. Ah, my God. Come on. Jesus. Oh, we could be back again. This is killing me. This is actually killing me. My word. Thing is, if people use OBS, right, the second half is underway. Goal kick with PSV, so nothing's happened. So don't worry. If you use OBS, there's a thing in the bottom right when you're streaming, and it tells you like if it's green, obviously you're good to go and you're smooth. Light green, you're losing it a bit. Amber's like we're in trouble. Red is like we're gone. You're not connected. So for the last 15 minutes, I've just been watching it go from it's like a set of traffic lights. Something goes from green to amber to red just to like, the whole time. Oh, he's gone red again. Oh my God. I can't take this. I can't. I'm sweating. I can't do it. Oh, man. No, I ain't back. I ain't going back. In fairness, I need to lift that anyway. I'm absolutely stumped. could be back again. I don't want to talk. I feel like when I talk, I jinx it. I know exactly why this has happened, and I knew it might happen, but I had work to do today, and I couldn't like not do it because I was streaming. Do you know what I mean? So if I go again, then I'm off again. But you know, let's. I think we're still here. I mean, no goals have happened yet. I think I've seen a booking. Oh, can't do it. I want to cry. I want to cry. I want to cry. I'm actually going to cry. I don't know what to do. I really don't know what to do. I actually want to cry. We could be back again. I don't know how we're moving. Oh my word. My computer's going so slow. Am I back though? I mean, I think we're back. Oh, we're moving pretty smooth. I'm telling you, persistence. I don't care if everyone's gone. I'm doing this. I ain't giving up until I get this back on track. Oh my word. I think we're back. I don't know if we'll stay. It's my... I feel like my computer's gone. Oh my god. Oh, my computer can't hack this. I would say no data. Oh, I just can't do it. I've lost. I can't do it. I think we're back again. At this point, I actually don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's going on at this point. I'm, I'm close to giving up, but I'm persisting. I swear I am persisting to get this carried on. Honestly. Oh my god. I can't do it. I can't do it. I want to cry. I actually can't. Why was it fine for the first half? Literally, it was fine. Literally, it was fine. I don't think I can do this. They ain't letting me. Come on, OBS. Stay on. Nah. Oh, not really. No, I can see you as well. No, it keeps going off. It's gone again. I knew it was going to happen.